to the second week of NaNoWriMo. I'm Liselle Sambury. I'm a young adult author, and this is actually November 10th, Liselle, because Monday, November 9th, Liselle was too messy to do an introduction clip, and I didn't want an introduction clip from her, because her mind was not in the right place to begin off the week. So I'm doing the introduction clip. It's week 2 of Nano. You can watch my week 1 vlog over here. And to recap, my book is too short, and also I have a shiny new idea. So I'm going to be until November 20th finishing off drafting my sci-fi thriller, and then after that I'll start working on the other project, but I might also work on the other project in between. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. But yeah, that's the start of week 1 Nano, kind of. So we're gonna jump back in time, and I'll show you November 9th Liselle, and you'll realize that she really shouldn't have done the intro clip, and then we'll just like hop back to current November 10th Liselle later. So take it away, messy Liselle. I was literally sitting here eating. I'm eating leftovers of my cinnamon bun that I made, and I was like, it's Monday, right? Did I do any sort of update? Did I say anything about what's going on? I did not. So this morning I did write. I went to Devesha's live stream and I wrote some there. Last night on Sunday, I had like made this playlist for that Dark Academia book, and I like was so into this playlist. Like I was so pumped off of it, and I really wanted to plot, and I was like, no, Liselle, I'll save it for tomorrow, and then you can start it as part of your word count. And then like today I just like had no desire to do any extra work. So I haven't done that at all, which is fine because I'm saving that for after November 20th anyway. So yeah, I wrote this morning. Now I'm watching YouTube videos and eating my cinnamon roll. And I also started Grown. And yeah, this is like the fastest update. I know this is Monday, but I'm definitely going to film a separate opening clip when I am like more put together to introduce this. So this is probably the second clip you're seeing of this video because I don't need this to be the first one. Because, you know, it's a vlog. It's like real life. But I like to start it out a little more put together. I'm going to wash my hair tomorrow. That's going to be a thing. And yeah, so that's kind of, I'm just like trucking along. I am starting to get like fatigued, and I don't know if it's because I'm like getting fatigued with the story because now I'm past the midpoint, or if it's that I'm like getting fatigued because I got myself so distracted and pumped up about my new idea that my energy for this idea is now waning. It's a whole thing. So I am gonna finish it. Yesterday I honestly like had a thought later in the evening where I was like, when I was making my pump up playlist, and I was like, should I just switch? Should I just not finish the sci-fi? But I have to. I'm literally like, I will be done it in like 11 days. Like I can stick it out. I think I'm just like, yeah, just making myself bored for no reason and getting tired. Anyway, so that's all of today. So today, my original plans were to jump into Becca C. Smith and Hannah McCord's live stream in the evening and write then, and then just like do whatever during the day. And by do whatever, I mean like I have to do some freelance stuff, and I would like to finish reading at least one book today. One book, Like Home by Louisa Onome, coming out February 23rd, 2021. I feel like that is correct. And I'll link all her stuff below. I'm reading her book, which is also set in Toronto, and I'm 75% done, so I would like to finish today. And yeah, that's kind of my goal for, I guess, sort of the morning time. And I do also have to do some freelance. I started doing some freelance work, so I have some video freelance work, and I have some website freelance work, and then now some consulting freelance work. So I need to start some of that stuff today. One, I have a meeting to walk through website stuff, so I have to do that today. And then I also really want to get to the bookstore because I want to pick up These Violent Delights by Chloe Zhang. I'm sorry if I'm saying that incorrectly. I will also link her book below. But it's supposed to come out, I think, like November 17th. But like, for whatever reason, all the Canadian stores have just like thrown it out super early, and it's like on shelves, even in my small town bookstore. So I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna go grab it because they've got like 4 copies in stock, I think it said. So I'm gonna go grab my copy later, hopefully during lunchtime, but that is dependent on whether my boyfriend comes back with the car. But that's my plans today. I don't know what will actually end up happening, so we'll see. This angle is working, so I don't have to hold my camera with my hand because my arm gets tired. So it's day 11 of NaNo. I finished my writing for the day a little while ago. There weren't any sprints or anything today, so I was forced to motivate myself. So I thought I had a meeting with my accountant at 2 o'clock. So I was like, at 1, I was like, okay, Liselle, just do 2 20-minute sprints and you'll be done for the day. Just do that. I didn't even do that much. I did 1 20-minute sprint and 1 15-minute sprint, but I still got my daily word count done. And I was like, awesome. And my boyfriend came home. We were supposed to talk with the accountant about like our like joint finances and stuff. And then like I looked back on the email and I realized that she had said next Wednesday, not this Wednesday. I felt bad. His workplace is literally a 5-minute drive away, so he was like, whatever, but I felt bad. Anyway, this is the chaoticness of my day. So I've been doing that. I worked on my freelance, like the video I shot. I feel mostly good about it. I feel like it is good. I just like, I'm frustrated with myself because I couldn't find out like a good angle to film it. And so then like a bunch of the footage was shaky and I had to basically fix it in post, and I had to fix a bunch of the lighting in post. Excuse me. And it just takes so much more time. And so I was like, ugh, Liselle, why? Anyway, so that was that. Exciting stuff. I got this Sesame Street Lego set. Look at how cute. It's actually like way bigger than I thought it was gonna be. I bought this Lego set for myself because I hadn't gotten one in a while. And I was gonna just like build it right away, but now I'm like, maybe I should save it for my birthday / the end of NaNo so that it can be my like after NaNo gift to myself. So I think that's actually what I'm going to end up doing, and that works out for the best anyway because I have that freelance work to do and I have like 2 other freelance things to do. So I'm just like, I've got things to do. So I have stuff to work on. At this point in the book, I think I am slowly falling out of love with my NaNo project, which seems bad because it's only the 2nd week, and I'm like, how have you already fallen out of love with it? I don't know if it's because now I'm getting into like the bad guys close in section, and it's just like, I don't know, I'm getting weirdly tired because I'm getting towards the end and I'm realizing all these little like plot hole things that I have that I didn't realize I had. And if it's just like that, or sorry, I'm getting distracted. I felt like overly obsessed with my face these days. I'm like, why does this look so deep? Anyway, ignore me. What was I saying? Yeah, falling out of love with the project. I don't know. I just like, the problem is that I got too jazzed up on the new Dark Academia idea, and now I'm like, part of me is like, I just want to switch projects. But another part of me is like, no, because you're just plotting that project. You're not going to be able to get like 20,000 words. And then another part of me is like, whatever, I'll just do what I want. So I don't know. I think in like the next couple days, maybe I'll switch to plotting the other project. And maybe I'll do like a couple days of that just to like give me that time off to work on that instead. And then I'll switch back. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. This Nano has become like so chaotic. I did not think this is how it was going to be when I started, but I don't know. I'm just like losing steam on this project. And I feel like I just need to switch to something else because, yeah, I don't know. I'm just getting like, tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm kind of tired of it. I'm kind of over it. And so, yeah, which is so different because I was so in love with it at the start. But I don't know. Things are changing, so we'll see what happens next. Hello. So time for an update. I already did this update and it was too long and I was like, oh, Liselle, you rambled for too long. Let's just do this again. I'm wearing my glasses for once because I realized I cannot see very far anymore. I can, but it's very blurry and I'm like such an HD hoe and I'm like, why would I let my vision not be HD? So I'm wearing my glasses, which poses issues for filming because I know shit is reflecting off it right now, and if I had turned on the ring light it would have been a whole other thing. So when I film I will probably still mostly not be wearing glasses, but this is just a casual update. So here I am. NaNoWriMo update. I have pondered on it for a couple days and I've decided that I'm going to shelve my Nano project. So the sci-fi thriller is not going to happen anymore. And I'm going to move on and I'm going to work on plotting this dark academia book. I don't think I'm going to finish plotting it by the end of Nano because it's like quite a bigger project. I'm actually like I'm getting ready to apply for a Canada Arts grant for next year so that I can go to Kingston where it's set and I can spend some extra time there and like do even more like hands-on on location research, assuming the grant gets approved, which we'll see. That'll be a whole other thing. But yeah, so I'm just gonna focus on that. Will I finish during Nano? Probably not. I don't know, but that's what I'm gonna work on. And so here is why. The last couple days, doing the sci-fi thriller has kind of been pulling teeth a bit. And I think I wanted to finish the 40,000 words so that I could finish this first draft and I could just be finished. And I was just like, why am I torturing myself just so I can finish, so I can do what? And I'm very like, all the stuff that I do for writing, like if I do writing challenges, etc., it is for the purpose of achieving my goals, which is traditional publishing. So to sell more books that can then be published so I can continue traditionally publishing. And this book just stopped working for me. I just lost sight of what was making it special. And I know like people are like first drafts, whatever, you know, you might feel weird about first drafts, but I know how I feel about my first drafts. And I know that my first drafts are trash, so I have no problem with that. But when I lose passion for the project before I'm even finished, like sometimes I have drafting days where drafting is such a slog and it's so painful, but I still have a lot of passion for the project and that's why I can keep going. But for this, I've just like lost it. I've lost the passion. I just don't really care and I don't know what's going on. And I just like, I feel like since I've thought of this dark academia novel, I just like see my author brand and my author career being more fantasy, dark fantasy horror, and I've lost sight of the place where sci-fi fits in. And this sci-fi thriller just like, it just doesn't quite fit in. And then I had this dark academia idea and it feels like really fresh and really like it's gonna stand out, and it feels so much more within my brand and my wheelhouse, and I'm so much more interested in it. and I feel like readers that read my other books will be so much more interested in that as well. And I just like want to work on it more. To be like plain and simple blunt, I just want to work on that project way more than I want to work on the sci-fi thriller. So I decided, instead of torturing myself to finish just because I want to finish something because it's NaNo, that I'll just stop, and I'm just gonna work on plotting my dark academia book. My goal, if you want to like put a goal to it, will be that I work on it every day, and I think that's good. Like, to me, I'm excited to work on that every day. Probably because I'm not drafting, and plotting is my favorite part, but I just feel like there's so much more promise in this book for my career, and I would just rather do that than like trying to force myself to finish a project just because I want to be like, yay, I finished a book in a month, and I don't really need to do that. So that is the whole plan. And so all the other NaNo vlogs going forward are going to be for this dark academia book. Quick Friday update. I feel very good about my decision to move on from my NaNo project. I have so much relief. I don't have to like be like, oh my gosh, I've got to like draft something today. I just like working on it every day, and I'm feeling very good about this project and the future of it. And it's good because I'm really digging deep into world building and like figuring out how to build my world. And I am getting a lot out of this world building book. It's called On Writing and World Building Volume 1 by Timothy Hickson. I'll link it below. I'll also link, I did a video review on it. And now I'm actually like using it properly, because it didn't really work to use it for the sci-fi thriller, and so I ended up using Ellen Brock's World Building Bible, but it is like very useful for this project. So I'm going through like setting up hidden societies and like magic systems and like all those questions, and it's been super helpful using it as a guide. And I just feel invigorated to work on this project. I feel like I'm on the right track. So yeah, that was my very quick update. It's another whispering update because my boyfriend is sleeping. I wonder if I'm gonna get like put in as like a semi ASMR channel now that I'm whispering so much. I just wanted to do a final update for the week. This week has been so much better. I just feel better in my heart. I'm so much more calm now that I've changed my NaNoWriMo project. I just like, I don't know, I feel so chill, and I know it's because I'm not drafting. Even though I like drafting, it's because I'm just like working on my world, which I'm really enjoying. I think that process is going to be like fairly long anyway, especially if I'm able to get that grant to like go to Kingston and like do all my research and stuff there as well. But I'm just like setting up this base of the world and the characters, and that's really fun. I'm really having a fun time like figuring out how this goes together. And so on Friday and Saturday, which was yesterday, I went to the Y'all Write sessions. So Y'all Fest, which is like a young adult book festival that usually happens, I'm not sure where, I don't want to say and be incorrect, but obviously it happens in person, which is not going to happen this year. And so what they did is they turned it into like a writing festival. And so there were these like master classes, which were basically like panels with authors, with them like helping you out with writing topics. So they did a bunch of Instagram lives, and then they did a bunch of Zooms. And apparently they're supposed to post all the Zoom meetings, like the recordings, on YouTube if they have, or on their website. I'll link it below so that you can go and watch them. So I went and I watched like a few of those, and some were really, really good and super helpful. Like Saba Tahir and Renee Adier did a panel on romance and like writing romance, which I was really excited about because they're fantasy authors. And so I wanted to hear like about writing romance from people that usually write romance as a B plot, and weave it into fantasy, because that's what I'm trying to do. And so I went to their panel and it was really, really good. Like Saba had like some really like definitive steps for like how to do stuff, and like things that really got me thinking, and like I'm really excited. And honestly, the biggest tip that I took away was she said, you know, you have to plot your romance like you plot everything else. And that had never occurred to me. It had never ever occurred to me that I should plot the romance, and I should plot how the romance was going to develop, because I realized I've just been pantsing my romance along with pantsing my world building. And I feel like that's why I think with my debut, like the romance came out fine, but like I don't know, I'm so insecure about it because I feel insecure about writing romance, and I wonder if that insecurity is because I never plotted out. I never thought to plot out my romance. And so now I'm gonna like definitely be doing that, and I hope that that will give me a lot more confidence in writing romance going forward, because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I'm bad at doing romance. I try, but I feel like I'm bad at it. And so that's really a weak point of writing for me, that always has been. And so that's something that I've always been concerned about. So I really, really, really want to get better and like learn more. If you know of any writing craft books that like teach you how to do romance, please comment and throw those my way, because I would love to get better. So I went into all those sessions. Lee Bardugo and Holly Black did an Instagram live. It's saved on Y'all Write or Y'all West's Instagram page. I'll link that too. And that was also really, really helpful. Like I really appreciated what Holly and Lee had to say, and I thought that was an awesome session. So yeah, really, really cool. That was super, super helpful. And that was a thing I did that was like, it felt like working on my book. So I still like marked it off as working on my book for the day, even though I wasn't like actually working on my book. But yeah, this week has been a lot better. I just feel so full of relief now. And I know that I'm like a productivity hoe, but like even hoes gotta rest, you know? And now I feel like I'm resting, so I'm really happy about that. And so that's it for the second week of NaNoWriMo. How did your NaNoWriMo go this week? Comment down below and share with me so we can share our progress through this month of November that feels so very slow. Like, it just feels like the slowest month ever. Yeah, so share that in the comments. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. I post once a week on Tuesdays and occasionally on Fridays if I feel like it. Sorry, my eyes are watering so much. I have no idea why. I'm not crying. And what else do I say? I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.